Hey guys, welcome back to another video of the Funnel Diagnostic series. This is the third video of the series, and in this video, I'll be analyzing a opt-in page that is run by Zoya Malona. She is a mindset coach and she is running ads to a landing page. Basically, it's again a masterclass. So I have analyzed this landing page that she is running, and she is running ads on this page. And I have a lot of feedback from my side, which I'll share, and also um, what additional material she can add on her page to make it more appealing. So before we get into that, I'll quickly give a quick summary of what I feel about the landing page she has right now. On the hero section of this page, the headline is Masterclass Neuro Immersive, the Highway Neurocerebral Success. I mean, it doesn't communicate anything, honestly. So I would definitely change this and discover how to activate key brain areas, overcome. By the time the reader, reaches a couple of words in this headline, they have already switched off their button inside their head about of attention because it's so generic. Because every landing page, every advertisement starts this way nowadays. Discover how to achieve this without this pain point. I mean, so that's very generic and doesn't keep the reader's interest hooked. So, anyways, we'll continue. Discover how to activate key brain areas, overcome invisible blocks, and manifest the success God has already prepared for you. A unique experience combining neuroscience, faith, and practical application. Okay, but how the overcome invisible blocks, that's the pain point, but the pain point is not clearly explained. What are these invisible blocks? What's exactly what is it that I want exactly, and what is it that I am getting affected? So that is, if I'm the reader and I'm reading this, it should also click in my mind that okay, she is speaking something about me. So, invisible blocks is very vague and doesn't help me understand what exactly she's trying to say, right? And manifest success God has already prepared for you. Okay, that part is clear. Unique experience combining neuroscience, faith, and practical application. What practical application exactly? That's quite unclear. So, the target audience is not quite defined in my opinion, and that's where I had to, sit and analyze for myself and come up with some idea so that I can note I can address a particular audience in my analysis. We'll see later. So that's with the hero section. This is what you get. What will you gain during the masterclass? Why are you stuck despite your motivation, faith, or effort? So which neural highway is weakened in you? Concrete, brain activation exercise, etc., etc. So that's okay. I would reframe it better to increase the curiosity aspect in the reader's mind and also target specific pain points. As I said, these are not targeting pain points. I would say these are more inclined towards the underlying root cause. But before moving towards underlying root cause, we should be clear on what exact problem we are talking about, right? So, okay, motivation, faith, effort, neural highways weekend. That's another reason. Concrete brain activation exercise. I don't even know if I need to focus on brain activation, etc., etc. So before speaking about all this, let's focus on what's the problem, right? But anyways, after that, it's a short message from the coach. It's a message from coach, or basically promise, we can say a promise that the coach is giving about joining the, not quite, compulsory, but it's okay. It's a good thing to have. I would suggest to have a call to action over here, and then it's some logical explanation. I would not suggest to keep this. Not that it's not important or anything, but it doesn't help me convert the reader into taking action because this is just a master class, right? It's not a buying decision over here we are taking. We just want them to join a free master class. So you don't need logical explanation for that. Just trigger the emotional senses, just tickle them, just, make them excited, and, you're done for the day. So it just adds length to your landing page, which I generally don't prefer. So after that is the bonus section, like a bribe, I would say, or a bonus. It's this one is good. Um, and then comes about coach. She has given about coach or founder story. Fine, good thing to have, but I would honestly suggest to keep a less intimidating image for the coach. It seems quite intimidating, at least to me. I don't know about you, but if I have to attend a webinar and this is a cold prospect, I'm a cold prospect watching this landing page, and if I come across this image, I might be, you know, a little taken aback given the stare that she's giving to the side. I would keep a more authoritative, direct looking into the camera state of an image. This one seems like more sleazy, planning in her head some, what do they call, evil strategy, it seems, about getting someone done. But anyways, so use this space, Zoya Malona in bold. You could, just use this space, guys. You guys are not using the space on your landing page. It's all crammed up in between. Just do a good job over there. Add a CTA over here. Okay. Some promise again. Promise and all are fine. Actually, this should be a CTA section. So the general idea is to have a CTA blocks. Let me show you an example. I have another piece of copy from Dan Kennedy's page. And if you see over here, he's giving a promise, and promise is immediately followed with a CTA. So let's say if you want to quickly and easily implement magnetic marketing in your business for fast growth, then this bootcamp will show you how. So this is basically a promise, and promise is followed with a CTA. So you could say that this is a whole CTA block. You can add multiple CTA blocks all around your landing page, and each CTA block is a promise followed by a call to action. So this is basically a CTA block. This is supposed to be a CTA block with a promise, and it should be followed by a CTA. Okay, that's when this promise will have an impact, because yeah, you do have a CTA block with an image. This one is unnecessary, or rather you could have a CTA block like this. Here is the promise, and here is the CTA. So this whole section becomes your CTA block, and you could concise this part. Okay, it's quite long. I would consider this, or it's because you have a CTA over here. So I would say this whole section is one block. And if you see it that way, it's quite lengthy, right? It's not optimized for space, better utilization of space. You could use this area to write your promise, whatever it is over here, and you could just eliminate this area altogether, right? So you immediately have shortened your landing page. And honestly, nowadays people are extremely impatient. They don't read through everything, to be very honest. They just skim past your landing page, right? So it's better to make sure your landing page is as concise as possible, because it's in your best interest, the reader's best interest. That's when conversions happen. So this is the feedback I have from this page. Now, how should we structure it using a template is what I'll show you. I have also rewritten the hook of the hero section, which is the most important part of the landing page. And so here's how it is. As usual, I have been using this single template for masterclasses, because you don't have to change if something's working, right? So use this masterclass template for landing page. And this is how it is. Have your hero section image on one side, have your headline on the other side. And this is one headline which I have written for this landing page after my own analysis of what the ideal customer is. And here's how it is. This is the attention banner. It says, read this if you are suffering inside your mental prison. That's quite bold, right? And it's directly speaking to the reader. And I'm clear in terms of what I want to, want the reader to feel. Yes, if I'm someone, right, I want to go to I'm inclined towards fitness, towards job, towards wealth, towards relationship, and I'm suffering inside my head, and that's quite clear to me if I read it. Okay, so read this if you are suffering inside your mental prison. Oh my God, yes, I am. Three reasons why you're suffering is exactly God's plan, as per the recent report by Harvard Neuroscience. You see how unusual that is, how interesting that is. So I'm giving you three reasons why your suffering is actually God's plan. You see the contrast, and that is as per the recent report by Harvard Neuroscience. So nothing is adding up over here. It's triggering a lot of curiosity if I'm the reader, because I am suffering. Why would God want me to suffer? That's not quite adding up, right? And even if God, it's as per God's plan, how is Harvard neuroscience related to this? God and science generally don't go hand in hand together. So there are a lot of lopsided, I would say, touch points which don't really add up, go in sync. And so that's what creates curiosity in readers' mind, because they now want to know, because they are suffering in their mental prison. And if you tell them that it's God's plan, it's going to trigger some, explanation. They want explanation. And then you're saying it's as per science as well. What's science got to do with God, right? So it triggers a lot of, curiosity chemicals in their mind, and they'll definitely read at least the next line. And when they read the next line, it's only going to intensify the emotion. and how you can trick your brain to manifest all your dreams even when you feel like a loser. These people actually do 40% better as per Howard. You see, I'm already adding authority. I'm adding, clear pain, clear curiosity hook, clear authority figures I'm using, right? And also I'm giving them a dream goal they want, even when they feel like a loser. So and the retention rate on this headline is going to be absolutely insane. Okay, so at least you have earned the right to, show the next part to the reader. They have your full attention. So moving forward, you have your call to action, this usual sections, and then you have the three secrets. Now, Zoya does have what the reader will get in the masterclass, but it's not optimized for intense curiosity. Okay, so these statements, these three secrets, should also be written in this format, which I have, I have the headline over here. So this is basically the attention banner. This is the headline, and this is the subhead. Okay, use this structure to come up with the three secrets and write it in this manner. And once that is done, you can show testimony. I don't think she has testimonials on this page, so it doesn't matter. You can just skip this altogether. It's not quite necessary if there are no testimonials. But if there are, it is definitely going to help, even if it's a free stuff that you are giving away. Then there's the bonus. After the bonus, you can show the before and after section. Like before, you could focus on the loser aspect of their life, and after, you could suppose like you could focus on the success aspect of, let's say, because this is targeted towards human beings. Okay, there is no specific husbands or coaches in fitness industry, or specific 9 to 5 job, or going professionals or stay at home moms. It's, this problem is targeted. This problem is something that every human being, as long as you're a human, you have this problem. So you could focus on a variety of examples in the before section. Let's say someone's wanting to go to the, get a fit body, and they are, 50 pounds overweight. Someone has recently gone through a breakup. Someone is depressed. You could use someone has lost everything in their business. Someone has, lost all of their money in the stock market. You could focus on all of that losses in the before section, and in the after section, you could show that a simple mental transition helped them to have the greatest comeback of their life. So that's what you're going to get in this masterclass. You're going to get that one mindset shift, that one system that I will share, that is going to completely transform you 180 degrees from the direction of doom to the direction of destiny. Okay, you could use all that to prepare the before and after section, followed by CTA. So this is the CTA block. An example of CTA block: you could give a promise, you could give clarity. Over here, we are giving clarity. In this section, we are giving a CTA block where with a promise and a call to action. And everywhere you have a CTA, you could essentially replace the CTA button with a CTA block. Okay. Just having the CTA is like plain vanilla. Just, append a promise, append a curious statement with the CTA. And so even if they are not thinking about clicking the CTA, they are mentally agreeing yes to the promise. Okay. When they say yes, your opt-ins or your conversions are going to skyrocket. So you want the reader to say yes even before they see the button. So just before the button, add something which triggers a positive reaction in the reader's mind. Okay, so have CTA blocks. Promise is a good way to do that. Then bonus, not necessary for testimonials. If you don't have them, then you do have, I think Zoya does have a section for, yes, obviously. We spoke in, at length about her image. So she does have a founder story or about coach. You can add it over here. But as I said, have a bold, you know, mention your name in bold, add your credentials, right? She's the author of this book, right? Which is a bestseller. You should add this in bold. You should show images of some awards or some certificates you have of your book. Since you're a bestseller, you have a book, right? Just like how over here Dan Kennedy has his stuff, over here along with the image. You can add that, or over here it's a book, right? So it's a direct example. Add image of your book. And yeah, after this thing, again, a call to action, and that's the end. So again, this one was a very good example because we touched upon a lot of points. Hero section was very subpar. Even the image, it seems like a ad image is used, right, directly from ad. So it seems like extremely low effort uh, on the landing page front. So in any case, just add a graphic image with some, let's see over here. It's a graphic image. It's not just a, just the general image. It's a graphic because you have the name, you have that logo on, design background for the hero image. All of that adds up well, uh, to get on the good side of the reader. So that's all for this video. I hope you liked this breakdown. I have had a lot of feedback on this landing page. So point number one, identify the exact pain points you're trying to solve. Okay, the exact pain point is that people are suffering in their own mind, right? And if you are suffering in your own mind and I want to use the angle of God, I want to use the angle of science, those are two contrasting aspects, right? You have a superpower. You can use those contrasting aspects to create immense curiosity and give them three reasons for that. So that's so simple. I am giving you three reasons to show you that your pain is actually God's plan, and that is verified by science. You see, first of all, you're telling them something so outrageous that your pain is God's plan. My God, people pray for God. People, the basis of all religion is that God is with you. God is always, do good for you, everything, but your suffering is God's plan. That's where the biggest curiosity comes into picture. Okay. And then you say it's verified by science. This is, let me clarify because I am not Zoya. She is an expert, but I am using my thinking to come up with this might definitely be false, let's say. Okay. She might not speak about anything like this, but the idea I'm trying to communicate is use contrasting ideas together. And when you do that, that's when you get curiosity. That's all. She might not be speaking about God's plan, and she might not be speaking about Harvard neuroscience. The reason I'm using these words is because she has informed that, experience combining neuroscience, faith, and practical application. So practical application, three reasons: neuroscience, Harvard; faith, God. So that's what my thinking was. So that's it for this video. I hope you like this video. And people are spending money on these pages, guys. Please give some effort. Or if you want some help, you guys can even reach out to me. I can give you feedback. I can rather, if you want, I can also remake your landing pages. I can remake your funnels if you guys want that. So I'm open to that. If you guys like this video, you can definitely comment and let me know what are your thoughts. Thank you. Bye.